Assalamu alaikum everyone. Get ready for an incredible episode where we had a fantastic discussion with Khaled Khalil covering a wide range of internship topics. We dove into how to apply for internships, the working conditions even for women, and also dished out tips on building a killer CV. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We covered so many other valuable insights and advice that you don't want to miss. So don't forget to follow all our socials for our latest updates, and as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
You are now listening to the Castronics podcast.
Hosted by MBS, Mariam and Hajar.
Weekly episodes are coming up, so stay tuned.
Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh everyone. Welcome back to the Castronics podcast. In this episode, we're excited to have Khaled Khalil as our guest, a graduate from the major of Power Engineering at UTM. Khaled has a wealth of experience in the field, having completed multiple internships during his academic years. So he'll be sharing his insights, tips, and experiences to help college students make the most out of their internships. How are you doing, Khaled?
Very fine. How are you?
We're excited to have you with us today. It's an honor to have you.
It's my honor as well.
So quickly for the listeners to know about yourself, can you please present and...
Sure. I'm Khaled Ahmed Khalil, 23 years old. I'm studying electrical engineering. Graduated before 3 months, and now I think I will complete my master's degree, master's studies. I'm still searching, and hopefully we will find. I'm from Egypt. Okay, I lived like 10 years in Qatar. Then I moved to Malaysia for my bachelor studies, and that's it.
Interesting. So since you just graduated, can you quickly say, like, on a scale of 10, how's been your state or how do you feel ever since you graduated?
Okay, honest rating is 5 out of 10, and I have a reason for it. This stage of my life is very important to me. It's a normal stage for all graduated students from universities, because now you need to depend on yourself. You need to be independent financially and in everything. So in this stage of your life, you are confused. What should you go? Which path should you go for? So it's not an easy stage of life. It's the title of this stage is confusion, but you will know yourself better. You will have insight about your personality, your attitudes, and how you will act in difficult situation. So when you know yourself better, you will begin to change many things in your life to fit with this stage. And you will begin to understand yourself. You will begin to have a conversation with yourself, to know yourself, to be comfortable in this stage, and you will begin your path into independence. So it's 5 out of 10 because it's very hard stage for me, and I didn't expect to be that hard to be. For example, now I'm the only graduated, not the only, but like with a few people graduated in my batch. We're still here in Malaysia, and we don't know. We know, but like we don't know at the same time what should we do.
Sorry to cut you off, but like, did you have it planned before you graduate? Did you already have a plan of what exactly you want to do, or was it still blurry at that time?
No, it's not blurry. I have a plan. And I have that plan, I can say, from 1.5 years before I graduated. It's not only a plan, it's plan A, plan B, plan C. But when you go into the plan, when you begin the steps inside the plan, you will find how difficult it is. From outside, it's easy, it's simple. You can travel for the place X and you will get the master's degree, you will get the job. And when you take the steps, you will find difficulties, financial difficulties, papers, documents, waiting times. So I have the plan, but the stage I'm in is difficult for me, psychologically, financially, to complete this plan. So you don't know you will be able to complete it or not, you will be successful in this plan or not.
Inshallah you will.
Inshallah. With the prayer, with trust in Allah, you can get it.
Yes. Just make sure to enjoy the journey, I guess.
But then nobody knows anything, do they? Really? You don't know if it's like the right thing for you. And if it's the right thing for you, you don't know. Yeah, you plan, but then just go for it. So no need to stress about it.
I think that's what istikhara is.
Yeah, istikhara.
Because you plan, then you're like, okay, Allah,
Lead me.
yes.
Guide me.
Right. Taking the reasons is very important, and deciding the right path, and see the circumstances you are in, and then, okay, go for it with trust in Allah. It's a very important thing. It's really an important thing to trust in Allah in everything in your life, because Allah will give you your risk. or like your needs, not only the financial needs, any needs, Allah will give you if you take the reasons, if you trust in Him.
He'll take care of you, so no need to worry.
Right.
So let's take a trip down the memory lane all the way back to your first year. How did you get into UTM in the first place?
All right, it was like an easy pass compared to now. I knew back then what should I do. I was in my secondary school in Qatar, and I was like studying, and at the same time I was concerned, where should I study? I have like a few options, not too many: Turkey, Egypt, Qatar, Germany, and then Malaysia. I remember I graduated from my secondary school by June, and by March I got the conditional offer from UTM. So like I planned very early, at a very early stage. How I found UTM from Facebook group. I remember, if any one of you know Ziad Ali Radi from mechanical engineering, he's my senior and dear friend. He's the first one from UTM I contacted. I like texted him and asked him so many questions about UTM. He encouraged me to apply, so I applied. And then honestly, I did everything myself. I didn't put my papers in an office like a company to apply for me. I applied for the visa and everything, even accommodation with my own, with myself, and then I got here.
Looking back at the choice you made, do you regret anything?
No, at all. UTM is the best, is one of the best choices for a bachelor degree. Really, I'm really honest about it, and I'm grateful I didn't complete my studies either in Egypt or in Qatar. In Turkey, I prefer Malaysia other than Turkey, because Malaysia is the same living expenses, but like higher education quality and a better place to live.
So like, I'm in my third year right now, and this topic is very dear to my heart because I'm in it. Where did you get your internship?
All right, my first unofficial internship was when I was in Egypt. During the COVID stage in education, we were studying online.
What year were you in? Year and semester?
The year I was in year 3, first semester, 5th semester of my studies. I was in Egypt back then. I was studying online. All of us were studying online. So like I wanted to get the internship as fast as possible, the official internship, because I thought back then that the COVID stage will run for a longer time. So we will have like maybe one more year.
You were the opposite of everyone else. Everyone else, or like me, I thought that COVID would end very fast.
I was expecting to graduate in COVID, for the record, so
That's very true. Why when the COVID struck and the semester shifted from face-to-face to online, I remember, they told us only this semester and you will return to the campus.
Yes, they kept saying that every semester.
They kept saying that every semester. I lost hope to return to the face-to-face study, to return to Malaysia and to the campus life again. So like back then, during the online stage, it was very hard to find an internship. My friends and my seniors struggled to find an internship in a company. So most of them did their internship inside the campus, in a laboratory, inside the faculty. My colleagues, they struggled to find an internship placement in a company, and they were forced to do their internship in a laboratory inside the campus.
But that's for those who were staying in Malaysia at the time.
Yes. For those who were outside Malaysia, they did their internship in their countries where they residing. So in Saudi Arabia, in Egypt. So talking about Egypt, like in Egypt, there is no internship like this, like what we have here. The internship in Egypt is like a training, because in Egypt they lack practical experience. Or applied sciences, I can say. So they need to recover that from the training. And the training is paid, not paid. The students who pay.
Yeah, I heard from my friend she's doing her internship next semester. Yeah, she's doing it in Egypt, but she had to pay for her internship. I don't know, it's very weird.
But then do you acquire any practical knowledge? So you said that basically you pay for the internship, and then they train you as if you were going to work in their company. No prior practical knowledge, because they already know that you are an Egyptian student in an Egyptian university. All you know about your field is theoretical knowledge. Okay, so they bring you and try to put you in the field, put you in the site. And see how you perform?
No, they train you. rarely you can do anything by your hands. The engineer will do everything and he will show you. It's like a training session, a training camp, something like that. Okay. In Saudi Arabia, it's paid. I know.
In Saudi Arabia?
In Saudi Arabia, most internships are paid by the students, as far as I know.
Wait, you mean that students pay to get into an internship?
Yes.
No, that's not very common. In fact, a lot of the internships, you are getting paid in Saudi Arabia. I did my internship in Saudi Arabia, but I was not paid.
Okay.
And I was not paying anything as well. So it's kind of a given.
That's a common thing. Yeah.
But it depends on the countries. Yeah. In some countries you really have to go for it because at the end of the day, the company is not. You need you. You need the company, and you need their experience. And sometimes you could cause problem because they need to hire a special trainer or anything of that sort. So yeah, it depends on the companies you go to.
Right. I agree with you. So yes, returning to Egypt, the same thing goes. So like the company doesn't need you, but like because you are forced to do an internship or a training during your studies. So like the universities have a deal with some companies to get some students from and train them during the summer. So like the internship in Egypt is not 3 months; it's like 1 month every year. So every year from third year or from second year, they go for 1 month internship. So in my case, I took this step as because I was afraid to struggle in finding an internship placement later and try to search online how to apply. I remember this was in summer 2021. My friend called me. He told me he have an engineer who's working in the Egyptian electricity company in Cairo. And he told me I can help you to get enrolled in this training session. So because it's only 1 month, I had to do many things to get it to be 2 months. And the internship should be 3 months at least. So I handled the documents as it was 10 weeks of internship, but it was actually around 7 to 8 weeks.
So since we're talking about internships in general, can we talk about the process of application? Because now I think the biggest problem that a lot of students are facing is how to go about it,
Mariam.
how to choose, Mariam if you want,
Yes.
how to choose the company, where to find the companies, how to apply, what are the documents someone needs, and most importantly, how to make a good CV. So can we first go with how did you apply? How did you come to know about the company? And how did you apply to it?
So I will talk about the example from my second internship, not the first, because the second was in Malaysia. I want to talk extendedly on Malaysia, how to find an internship in Malaysia. Where should you search? Where can you find a company? I found my company from the ITS, Industrial Training System. We have one in our faculty, a system in Faculty of Electrical Engineering. But there's so many places you can find company in, if you go to Google, for example, if you go to Google Maps and then search for automation engineering company, electronic companies, you will find a lot of companies. And then pick one and go for the website and then search for the email, sales email or the HR email, any email, and send an email to them. This is a process.
This is the official and supposedly the best process. Yeah. However, people say that there are downsides and there are shortcuts to that. For example, the other day I was speaking to a guy and I tried it myself, which is applying from LinkedIn. What do you think about that? Have you ever applied through LinkedIn? Because now they have this easy apply kind of procedure, but also you could find companies on LinkedIn and try to contact their HR officer.
All right. For LinkedIn, I didn't get any outcome from LinkedIn until now. I think that LinkedIn is suited for the experienced engineers, experienced individuals. Because I think that LinkedIn is full of accomplishments. Okay, LinkedIn need a lot of effort to build a good profile in LinkedIn so companies, HRs can attract you to your profile and see it, okay, and become visible. So I'm a one who, I don't like LinkedIn environment. It's something in me. I don't like to see posts, someone who's achieving very good things.
It's toxic.
It is toxic to a certain extent, but if you look at it from the right eye, it can actually
Yes,
It actually motivates
but
you.
if you're in a low point in your life,
Do not go on LinkedIn.
do not go to your
on
LinkedIn feed because it's gonna hurt.
It's a perspective, okay? They are not accomplishments that big thing.
But I think it's a culture that people have built around LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is known that you only go there to post about your achievements.
Yes.
It's rare to see someone go on LinkedIn and be like, okay, I failed my exam and I'm thrilled to share this with my feed. No, that does not happen. But I guess that's the
a thing.
Let's make it realistic.
Realistic, make the achievement in its place, in its size. Don't make it someone who posts his grade list and he's achieving, 3.9 CGPA.
Who cares?
Who cares, right?
Exactly.
This is not good to share your grades or official grades and detailed grades. It's not good at all. You can share your CGPA. But not all of your grades. Okay. And one tip on LinkedIn: try to pick your connections very wisely. Yeah. So you can pick connections who's posting and they are trying to motivate others as well as they are trying to show themselves. Okay. And if you put an effort in LinkedIn, you can assure to get an HR response from LinkedIn. Yeah, but LinkedIn need a lot of effort to market yourself in this social media website.
I read the other day, so there was a guy who was talking about the correct way to go about LinkedIn is to have your own brand. So you have to brand yourself. Look at it as when you hear a business pitch, you see how people try to highlight, they highlight way too much their achievements and highlight way too much the products that they're presenting. So it's kind of the same way when you go on LinkedIn. It's all about showing yourself and demonstrating that you're capable of the future roles that you want to get into,
yes.
Right?
And it's a perfect place, perfect environment to get connected with individuals who are specialized in the field you are interested in. This is a place that you can get in common touch and build a network, even if it's a virtual network, but it will be very helpful in the future. So LinkedIn now is perfect for individuals who have experience. Why? Because they have a lot of accomplishment to put in this social media account. But for us fresh graduates, we need to put effort to market ourselves. So we need to learn this so we can use LinkedIn correctly.
So practical steps. Imagine now we have students who are in their second year, third year, and would like to obtain an internship, even graduates, fresh graduates, and they'd like to obtain an internship. What is, according to you, the best way to go about it? How to apply? Where to look for an internship? If there are specific websites, please let us know.
All right, but I want to begin, if you're a student in your first or second year, I want to begin from this point. Try to begin early to build yourself first before going to the stage of applying to an internship. How to build yourself? You need to pick a field that you are really interested in working in, really interested to study, and try to pick a big field. Let's say, for example, AI. And then you try to specialize in one of the subfields inside this field. Try to get courses, learn courses, and interact with lecturers who are interested in this field. And when you learn, try to do projects. Apply what you have learned in projects, and then you can put this project in your CV. When you put this project in your CV, the company you are applying in your third year, inshallah, they will find that you did something. A common issue between most students now.
Yeah, they never have anything to put in their CVs.
They have, but it's vague and common between all students. We all know MATLAB, we all know C programming, we all know how to build a circuit or to do SolidWorks. We all know that. But if you do a project in a specific thing, okay, companies, they will see that this is the one that we need in our company to train and even to hire later. So build yourself early. And when you do your CV, try to make it simple and short. Short is better. Always one page is better. Okay, short, simple. The headings is attractive, and you can put an about me paragraph. Why you are applying? It's like a motivation statement. Why you're applying? Why you want to be an engineer, specialized in this field? Okay. Your experience, your activities, your achievements. Try to avoid the soft skills part. I don't think that the soft skills part is important in the CV. Try to put the important thing, the headings that any HR will be interested in. Try to put an experience. Try to put your projects. and which skills did you apply to do this project. This will make your CV brief, easy to read, and attractive. Because like an information I have read before that normal HRs have approximately 6 seconds to read your CV because they are very busy. I'm talking about big companies.
Oh, you mean that when they skim?
When they skim, okay, they have only 6 seconds to read. So they need to key out the important information from your CV, okay? If they find anything interested in this 6 seconds, they will call you. That's it. If you keep it simple, it's always better.
Okay, I have a question. So, what if I don't know which field I like?
All right. This is a very good question. If you don't know which field do you like, try to look on the subjects you studied, because our subject is the basic thing before entering to the advanced subjects. Which subject did you find a little bit interested to study, to learn, to do exams, to do the project? Even the project is very important. If you find yourself having fun doing the project in the subject, so in a very big chance, this is the field that you want to do you want to be expert in.
That's
okay.
very, yeah.
Should one include the courses or the relevant courses to the position he's applying for? For example, let's say that I'm applying as an intern to an AI company, and I've taken the AI course. Should I include that in my CV as like the courses I've studied during my coursework? Or
okay, don't say that you took the AI course, because all of the students in your course, they took the AI course. Talk about the project you did in the AI course. That's better. So try to like imagine what will make the company interested in you.
what's the outcome? Okay, you've taken it, but now what?
Yeah.
What did you do with it?
The company doesn't care about the theoretical knowledge. Okay, they might care, but like not compared to the caring about your project that you have done in this subject. So if you try to highlight this project, is much better. Okay.
Because like when you think about it, like what makes you special? What makes you special from all the students that applied? Because obviously everyone who applied like took the same course. So yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It makes it
It's true.
seem hard because if I'm a student and I don't know if I did a lot of things, and I don't think that all my projects were like that fun. So how do I know what differentiates me from everyone else? That's my struggle right now. It's like, why would they choose me, you know? It's very weird.
Well, you need to come up with why would they choose you.
Yes.
Okay, definitely you are special in something. You need to highlight it. You need to make the HR notice it. So definitely there's a special thing about you. Definitely there's a project in one course that you were extraordinary in it, and you did a good job in it. So you need to highlight it. And do not lower yourself. I'm sure there's one skill you have that is demanded. When you talk about the AI course, for example, many students enter the project, they don't do anything, or they do little things, and you did a good job. You did the coding, you did the prototype, you were hard worker in this project. So highlight this, and not all students did this. So it's better to highlight this project, which will make you qualify. If you get in the interview and they ask you about the skill you applied in that project, you can answer. Many students can't answer. So you have a special thing to highlight.
Okay, I have another question. I know my questions are a lot, but yeah, anyways. So an easy route I see between like choosing internships is going to labs, is taking the internship in a lab with a doctor I know. And like every time I ask like a senior if it's a good thing, they're like, no, because it won't look good in your CV. It's better to take a company. But then thinking about it, my goal is to learn as much as I can and to learn in different fields. If I choose a company, then I'll be restricted in the area the company chooses, right? But then if I take it with a doctor, maybe the doctor is working in different things, so then I'll work in different areas. So my question is, why do people discourage or rarely taking internships in labs with doctors?
Before you go on, before Khaled replies, can I say my assumption? Sure. So I think it's because what you do in lab is not really considered as industry knowledge. And I mean, what's the whole point of having an internship anyway? It's because you want to try what you're learning on a real ground. So therefore, by you going to the industry or to the company, you get to apply it in real life. Whereby if you do it in the lab, you still remain in the setting of a class. That's how I see it. I think that's why most people tell you not to go for a lab session at the time of your internship. But outside of that, if you want to go for it, just do it,
Adding to that, I think you have like 3 labs.
No, but like working with a doctor is totally different from like doing labs. It's basically so the stuff I heard was you, like, for example, a doctor is working on something, so you work with them on that thing. So if the doctor is working already with the industry, you are technically working in the industry, right? But in a safer environment maybe, and it's more, I don't know. It's
maybe that's the environment you need to push your CV. Maybe that's the environment you need for your experience to be really fruitful. Again, I'm not denying the fact that taking or having your internship with a doctor is bad, but there are pros and cons in both cases. When it comes to an internship in which you really want to benefit from, my personal opinion is to say that go for an industry. That's better. However, let's hear what Khaled has to say.
Okay. After graduation, we have 2 paths. Most people desire or want to go for the industry path. We want to work, we want to get an income, and few people desire to go for the research path, to be a researcher, okay, to continue master by research, PhD later. So first of all, like working in an internship with a lecturer is not like doing a lab course. No. You are helping a lecturer in a project or a research, something in between, okay, or both. So when you do your internship with a lecturer, you will be facing a research topic or a research problem, and you are trying to solve it. So it's good for the people who want to go for the research path. But most of us, we intend to go for the industry part. We want to work after graduation in most cases. So that's why when you ask seniors, they will tell you like, I didn't get benefit from working with a lecturer inside the faculty. Okay. And there's one more thing that you can do this experience. You can work with a lecturer during your studies, not only in summer. So most people prefer to go for a company, work in a company during summer, and between the semesters they can go and do a project with a lecturer. So that's why it depends, really, it depends, but it has a lot of pros.
You mean during the semesters?
During the semester, and many people do it.
Yeah, so during the semesters, it's not that you have the choice anyways, you have to stay in the university, so in that case, you can go with it for the lab, you can work with the lecturer, as Marwan did, because in the previous episode with the guest, Marwan was saying that he was indeed doing an internship with a lecturer here in the uni, but that's because he's still studying and it's during the semester. However, when it comes to the summer, you have more time and you can go out, so then take that opportunity to try an industry.
Correct. And we have an advantage when we have the cover letter from UTM. The companies are interested to contact us because the cover letter is very important paper and it's published once during your studies. So it's better to take that cover letter and try to apply it in a company than doing it in the lab. But I'm telling you, it depends about what's your interest.
May I ask what's a cover letter?
The cover letter is like the letter that is published to support your application if you are applying for a company. So it's a proof that you need an official internship to finish your bachelor studies. This is a cover letter. It's stating your name and you're applying to the company X for 3 months between date X and date Y.
You usually get it from the LTI website after applying for a company.
Right.
So now moving on. So we spoke about the ways to apply. So in short, what you said is for someone to apply is to go and to look for companies, first of all, in their area of interest. Try to contact their HR officers or sales, you said?
Any email that is provided in the company website.
Oh, any of them. And send them your CV. We spoke about the things you could include in your CV. So now, I want to know, what was your experience like when you went through the internships? Because you've done not only one, not two, you've done about 3 or even more than that when it comes to internships. So overall, how was your experience like?
My 3 internship is 2, but like there's one was online for 1 month. So I don't know if I can consider it or not. I can say to internships. In my second internship, I learned a lot here in Malaysia. So like I learned how the work environment. This is a very important thing.
May I know where your internship was here in Malaysia?
Okay, my internship was in a company in Johor here, exactly in Mocharini. Okay, the company was a Singaporean company, and the headquarter was in Singapore, but the factory was here in Johor. So I was in the factory, and I worked inside the factory for 3 months, and I've seen like the technical part of the company. Okay, the company field is like assembling and building, installing control panels, different types, different sizes, and then selling them. So like I was in the process of manufacturing. What I learned during this internship is a lot of things, important things. How is the work environment? How is the relationship between the company and the employees? How you can balance between your life and your work. It's a very important thing. So before I took this internship, I have a thought that I need to get an internship.
Sorry to cut you off, but did you prepare your internship? So you were in the mindset of the fact that you were going to go into an internship. Did you try to gain more skills before entering or applying or being in the position you were applying for, or how did that go?
Not at all. Unfortunately, because I didn't know anything about the company, and I only head into the website for the company, and like I saw their solution, their work, the field they are working in, their products. Because I was in the electrical engineering part, the power engineering, the products is something relevant to me. And one important thing, I didn't go for an interview. I got accepted immediately, so I didn't know that I need to prepare anything. So I said to myself by that time that go and I can learn during this internship.
And wing it, as Mariam says.
Improvise.
So as someone who experienced internships and already done with it finally, how do you make the most out of it?
All right. The most out of it, you need to understand that you are a trainee, not an employee, not an official employee. So the company's job is to train you, to make you learn about their work, how you can be an employee in the company in the future. I was trying to ask a lot whenever possible, but I was in a factory, so everyone around me is very busy. So I was trying to pick the right time to go and ask them. I was asking a lot early, and I was trying to understand the nature of the company's business. This is really important. Even though you are an engineer, you are working in the technical part, but you need to understand how the company is selling, how is the company manufacturing, how they get their customers, who is buying from.
What's their business model?
The business model. My experience was full of ups and downs. Honestly, in my internship, I did a lot of good things. I got some experience, but I did so many mistakes. So before my first day in the internship, I didn't try to understand what I will go through. I didn't try to get close to my managers. Like I'm a friendly individual, I'm a friendly dude. I am trying to be friendly with my managers, but like when I see everyone busy around me, I was very shy to like have a connection between me and my supervisor or manager. And very important thing, I was trying to say that I was desperate to get an internship, so I thought that I need to commit my life to this internship, and this is very wrong. I didn't have a good balance between my work and study and my leisure time.
It's funny that you say that because I was thinking the opposite in my internship. So the way I saw it is, Muhammad, you're not an official employee. So take it easy, you don't have to be, you don't have to be so committed. Obviously there is a certain level of responsibility that you need to keep up, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah. So I don't know if I can say this, but at a few occasions I was late. But the thing is,
Spoiled kids.
Yeah. So employees don't do that. However, you as a trainee, obviously you're going to feel bad, but at the end, I used to think, look, Muhammad, you're a trainee at the end, you're not an employee, so you don't have to be so hard on yourself. Is that right, or what do you think?
This is a complete opposite of
Oh, okay, so we need to be in the middle.
I didn't believe that I got accepted in a Singaporean company, so I thought that I need to prove myself in front of my managers that I'm a trustworthy person, I'm a hard worker, so please hire me after my graduation. I tried to commit myself a lot to this work, and it didn't worth it. Your life is much more important than the work. So we have a shift between 8 and 5 p.m. So we had to work a lot in the technical part, not only in the engineering part. So like I wasn't having fun. I didn't have a leisure time. I was going back home completely tired and go ahead for sleeping, wake up for the next day, go for work. So it was miserable. I want to say, if you get hired in an internship, try to value yourself, value your time. Your time is very valuable. So don't commit yourself to the work by this extent. Yeah, be a hard worker individual. Work and be precise. Don't be late. Okay, and
Noted.
don't be late. And try to do the task within the given time. But when you go back home, okay, this is your time. Don't think about work. Don't think about the internship. You are in home. Try to have fun. Try to go out.
Keep your work life and personal life separate.
It's easy to say, hard to apply.
I mean, yeah, true.
Coming from experience.
So for the working conditions, do you think it's suitable for girls in the engineering field?
For my company, no, it's not suitable for girls. Really. Yeah, I had girls working with me in the same group, in the same team, but they were doing technical parts. They were like putting components, try to test. It's not like a work for girls. So when they see you as a girl coming to this company, they will try to put you in a valuable position. They will not try to put you inside the sides. They will try to put you in an office, for example, to work in the engineering part more. They will try to respect you. Here in Malaysia, like they value that the woman is working, so they will try to
make it better. The best thing about Malaysia that I've seen so far in my 5 years of living in this amazing country is that, yeah, there are differences between treating men and women. However, it's very fair, and it's fair that doesn't make you feel like there are not as much opportunities.
It's equity, not equality.
Yeah, that word. People read. Yeah, I don't read. Dude, it's very nice. One example is riding a motorcycle in Egypt. If recently it's becoming accepted a bit. However, like if you say like nowadays, if you say like a girl is like riding a motorcycle in Egypt, oh my God. How scandalous. What a taboo. This is horrible. People will look at her differently. Here, it's very normal. It's grandmas, mothers, girls. Everyone everyone rides a motorcycle. And that makes it very fun because they treat like motorcycles as like, it's just a sort of transportation from like, to transport you from point A to point B, and not like a taboo, just how, like, for example, Egyptians treat it, you know?
I understand what you mean, but I don't think that the motorbike is a suitable example for that, because here in Malaysia,
isn't very suitable.
No, let me tell you why. Because here in Malaysia, they kind of have to. It's a very common mode of transportation. Whereby in Egypt, I don't think it's as common as Malaysia.
No, it's very common, but
It
for
is.
men.
I'm uneducated, so please let
In
me know.
Egypt, yeah, it's very common. And now recently, Vespas are getting more popular, scooters. So it's becoming more accepted a bit that girls ride these. And it's nice.
The situation in Egypt, like, this is something I really respect about the girls in Egypt. They are really trying to do everything themselves. They are going to the centers to learn, to get courses. They go for internships. They try to depend on themselves as much as possible without decreasing their values. When you try to seek an internship here, okay, like Mariam said, they will treat you well. It's very fair between the man working and the woman who's working in the same company. And they will try to value you. They will not put you in a side, like they will try to decrease your appearance in the side. They will try to put you in the office, working in the engineering, doing engineering tasks.
Can you summarize what you learned in your internship, if you learned anything?
I learned how to be responsible. Okay, how to perform tasks, how when I given a task in a period of time, how to perform the task perfectly, not perfectly, but like some dedication to the task. And the company was a Singaporean company. So most of the employees and the managers were from Singapore or the Malaysian Chinese race. I respect one thing about the Chinese people. They are very disciplined. They are very committed to work. They worship work, really. I remember that I got late one day to the company, 5 minutes late. So the HR left everything and saw me and just talked to me, why you are late today?
Did he scold you?
Yeah.
Did he scold you?
Yeah, for only being late. Sometimes, I'm not working well. Sometimes I'm tired. I'm trying to take a rest outside. My performance is not good this day, but she left everything and concerned about being late today. They are very disciplined in time, which I really respect. And I learned this from the company, really. I learned how the work environment can be. And now I'm ready to be in a work environment again from the internship. This is a real advantage from internship.
I'd like to see internships as a simulation to real work.
Yes.
Was your internship experience more fun, or did it feel like work and stressful?
For my 2 internships, the one in Egypt and the one in Malaysia, I suppose, right? So the one in Egypt, I was receiving informations. I was studying more than I was practicing. It was brief, it was short, so it was a bit more funny than the other one. The second internship was I'm doing the work, I'm receiving the task, and I'm doing the specific work. It wasn't funny because I was experiencing what a real employee usually does in his daily working shifts.
So if you had to compare, which one would be the best for your case?
The second internship is a bit better than the first one because the first one is a bit of a training. You can do it anytime. You can. It was like a course, a practical course. But the second one is really important because it's a simulation of real working. So you got introduced into the real working experience. That's what I'm going to do after graduation.
Was it a shock at first?
Yes. And I remember my manager was always suggesting that I do an OT after I finish my shift.
What's an OT?
Overtime in my shift. I tried this for 3 days. It was very hard. So I got shocked. This is very hard, and I'm returning home exhausted. So I learned later that I need to balance a little between the work and my life.
I'd like to ask you one thing. So, mashallah, your internships were great and you learned a lot of stuff. Can we know what's something that stuck with you? So you spoke about time and the fact that they're disciplined, but what's one thing that really stuck with you and that you'll never forget in your experiences in general?
Yeah, it's something outside the experience, the engineering experience in my company. I did an internship with my friend. So with my dear friend, my memories with him is that stuck with me. We did everything together, every task. We did it together. So we have, I knew him better during this internship because we had a really hard time during this internship. So I knew his personality better. So it's really stuck to me that every day I go with him, I have lunch with him, I did my task with him, I got schooled with him. So that's a very good memory to stuck with me.
Brotherhood,
yeah.
Because I've been talking to people. I think I'm very scared of internships, and I haven't even applied yet, and I think it's too late. Anyways, in your opinion, do career fairs really work? No, someone told me it's not late, but I need to start right now.
Okay,
I have not.
Too late.
Anyways, do career fairs really work? Is it worth it, going to ones? Because I heard there's one in KL that they usually do. Is it worth it going there?
I was going to answer no at the beginning, but I'm answering really it's worth it. Why? Because the career fairs, it's for the companies to show itself. This is my opinion. When I see companies, it's trying to show their products, and we need this type of rules. We have this opening positions and try to apply it. But the company is really showing itself. It's trying to market itself. Okay, really it's worth it because if you go to the career fair with a reference, with a recommendation, a lecturer, someone who's a veteran in the industry, and he recommended you to the company, okay, you have a good chance. But if you go alone, in my experience, I didn't get an outcome from my career fair. My friend got an outcome because he had a reference. It's good to know the opening positions for the companies They want executive, quality assurance engineer, for example. It's good to know these positions, and it's good to know that the company has this position. So you're trying to reform your skills to this position to apply later to it. And it's good to know the products. Good to try to have a mock interview is very useful. Very useful thing is to have a mock interview in a career fair, because the HR, if he give you a comment, so you can have a feedback, you can try to make yourself better in the interview, talk better, edit your CV, make it better than before. So this is a useful thing about career fairs usually.
That's awesome. The way I would see it, I definitely agree with you in the fact that you need to take a mock interview. I never thought of this. People don't usually get accepted or find an opportunity when they go to career fair. What I like to do is to ask the HRs or the engineers who are there, what are the things they would need me to know for me to apply for this position, or what do they expect from me? So at least I don't go out of the career fair without having learned anything. Yeah. It's true that I won't get accepted, but at least I've gained something more. So next time when I come, I'd probably get a reference, as you said, or in my spare time, I'll try to increase on the skills that they told me about.
Yeah. I agree with you, but believe me, it's very rare to find an HR who's really committed to have a mock interview with you, give you comments, try to talk to you, because most of the HRs in the career fairs are really an interns, not an real HRs. As only an intern HR. I feel like they are forced to come to this career fair and do this job, really. So try to print your resume, and any career fair organized by UTM or outside UTM, try to attend and try to talk to all the companies. Try to tell them I want to apply. Tell them I want a mock interview. Even though you won't accept me, but give me a comment. Try to talk to them, try to make them work. And definitely you will get something useful from these comments.
One thing I did, and I advise anyone to do the same thing. So last time there was this career fair that happened in Malaya University in KL. And I've had my resume with me. So I would meet the HRs and tell them, what do you think about my resume? I think that can help a lot. So try to do that next time you go to a career fair, look at the HRs and be like, look, I don't know if you're going to take me or not. Can you have a look at my resume and what do you think about it? Do you think this is acceptable or not? And most of them will cooperate and tell you what do you need to change and what you need to improve. So that's a big plus as well.
One question. Photo or no photo in the CV?
Photo. Photo is better. We have two types of CV. The CV is just like paragraphs, lines, no photo, no design, no colors. This CV is useful if you are applied to a very big company that have an ATS automatic system to read the CV. You read your CV and try to extract the keywords from the CV. If it's qualified with the position, they will move the CV to the next stage where the HR will see the CV. So they are trying to filter because it's a big company. But if you are applying directly via email directly to the HR, it's better to put a photo. Most of the HRs agree that we need a photo of yourself, we need an about me, your address, your email, your telephone number, and try to make a design for the CV. It's better, okay? Small companies, medium companies, they prefer this type of CV.
Good to know.
That's
Great, very interesting.
So like my advice, try to do both designs. Try to do both templates of CV.
I already have the one with the photo, but then a senior told me to decrease the graphics, increase the words, make it short, simple. So I'm too lazy to do that a bit. Let's say that.
You should start someday.
Yes. So that's why I was asking.
Okay, don't make it like very colorful because you're not a graphic design, you're an engineer. Okay?
That's very good to know.
In reality, if you are applying for a graphic design position, they want to see a graphic design template in front of them because this is your work. But you're an engineer, it's not compulsory to do that. And decrease the word. Do not increase the word. Make it brief. If you are talking about an experience, an internship experience, a project, make it very brief, 1 line, 2 lines maximum. Make the words less and very clear, so it's easy to be read. And like 1 page limit, please, 1 page limit.
I have a question.
Yeah.
My CV or my resume is 3 pages long.
Oh my God.
Do I need to decrease it?
1 page limit, but you can put it in a 2 page, no problem. But 3 page is a really
Why 3 pages?
So what I
Is
did
it a
is,
CV or a resume? Because resume is the short one, CV is the...
I'm gonna be honest, that's a CV.
Oh, okay, then that's...
However, if I'm applying to my very first job, I think that's all I have. So that's probably gonna be also my resume. Isn't that right, or is that wrong? What do you think, Khaled?
Okay, I see no different. Like for now, I didn't do a resume and a CV.
Because
it's a CV.
let's first make the difference between the CV and the resume.
Yeah, I understand.
The CV is a document where you include everything you've done in your professional life. A resume is the summary of the positions or the projects you've done related to the position you want to apply to. So I think that's the difference, right?
That's a correct difference.
However, in our case, as graduates or students, there is no difference.
There is no difference because what more details you will put in your CV than the resume? You already, by heart, you put a 2-page CV. So you can't summarize this. This is your information. That can be a resume, can be a CV at the same time because we are fresh graduates. We don't have quite a lot of experience. So try to stick to 2 pages. It's a CV and a resume at the same time by our circumstance. And try to delete unnecessary information from your CV.
I believe I might have expanded a bit too much on certain aspects, so I'll try to delete some sentences.
Because if you are talking about an experience, the HR doesn't need to know all of the details that you have done in this experience. You need to read a head point. What you have done, what's your tasks, what is your skills, and that's sufficient. Then in the interview, he will ask you about this specific experience that he got interested in.
So it's basically, a CV is basically how to market yourself at the end of the day.
It's marketing technique.
It's your track record.
Yes. It's a marketing technique. If you make it more attractive, even though you don't have you're not rich of experience, you have a better chance to get accepted.
Thanks a lot, Khaled. We're going towards the end of the episode. I'd like to ask you, what's one thing you would tell to your younger self before you would apply to internships? What's one thing you would change? Or one tip or trick that you wish you had known before?
Well, I wanted to tell my younger self when I was in my first year that use your time more wisely. I wish I had learned a demanded skill and try to do practical projects and try to highlight this project, put some effort, and try to focus on one field. I was really confused when I was younger between different fields, electronic, electrical, now mechatronics, control. So I wish I had decided to stick with one field and try to enrich myself in it. And I wish I had built a better connection network between me and individuals in the industry or lecturers. And I wish I had searched more about companies and tried to know how the trendy business here in Malaysia. When I was young, the companies in Malaysia didn't have the desire to accept international students like now. Now they are keen more to accept international students for internship. What I am seeing that the things are now different. When I was younger, I was trying to seek advice from my seniors. My seniors always telling me that it's extremely hard to get an internship in a company. But now it's way easier. They are more open to that. So believe me, you have a better chance than us. You have a better chance to get enrolled in an internship. Try to apply, search from the beginning, begin early, and hopefully, I'm really sure that you will find a placement. I want you to know your value, that you are an engineering student, you have knowledge, you have a little bit of experience, you are demanded. So try to believe this. Try to organize your time. If you are seeking an internship in this time period, try to organize your time. And I want to talk about a very important thing, the salary. Try to be straight. When you are addressing a company or like you have a contact with an HR, try to be straight when you are asking for a salary.
But if it's an internship, don't ask for a salary. I mean, it's not...
Here in Malaysia, it's not preferable to work for free, to do an internship for free. It's not preferable, unless you are working in a lab inside UTM. But if you are seeking a company outside, try to work with a salary, because even if you, especially if you will be relocated to another place, it's important to have a sufficient salary so you can live with. So when you get an acceptance offer from a company, you have to know what is your salary. You have to know if there's any other benefits, what are exactly your tasks, and do not sacrifice. Do not sacrifice because you are desperate to find an internship. No.
Know your needs.
Know your needs.
Know your value.
And the value, because if you didn't value yourself, the company won't value you. If you ask for a salary, So you will do work. You will do real work if you are getting a salary by the end of the month. So it's really important to know what exactly your salary and to be in a company that value their employee.
Actually, related to what you were saying, one of my friends was actually, she lives in Malaysia, right? But when she applied for internship, they relocated her to a place, it's not near her home. So she was like, this place is not near my home, so will you provide anything for my transportation? And at first they weren't offering her any like salary or anything, or it wasn't a paid internship at first. Okay. But when she like mentioned it, they were like, oh, okay, we value this and we're gonna do this and this and this. These are the options. You know? Yeah. So if you ask, at the end of the day, if you ask, you're gonna get answers.
And I will give you an information, you might know it, but like when a company accepts interns, they got discounts from the taxes they are paying to the government. The salary they are giving to you is nothing compared to the discount they get from the government. So it's really easy for them to pay you. But if they see that you don't care about the salary, they will simply won't give you. So it's better to make it a priority for you.
So in short, ask for money.
Yeah, basically, you're not going to work for free.
Value your time.
Even if you have no problem working for free.
Sad.
But if you work for free, you will not do real tasks.
Actually, there's one thing. You know, if you gain money, if they give you a salary, the way I see it is that you're going to be more committed to the work. Because you know that it's about it. So, because obviously you don't want to eat haram money. So therefore, you're going to try your best to be up to the level they want and gain the money that you deserve.
Right. Correct. Really correct. And plan right. When you are searching for a company, plan right. Try to know exactly what your tasks. Try to know which department you will be in. You will definitely receive good offers with salary and with specific tasks and with good and comfortable way to do your internship in the summer, inshallah.
Last thing, put your trust in Allah and do your best. Allah is going to do the rest. So, we'd like to thank our guest Khaled Khalil for joining us on this episode and sharing his valuable insights on internships for college students. It was really a pleasure having you, and we'd love to see you anytime soon, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much.
So, thanks a lot again.
Yes, I feel selfish because this episode, because I have an internship in like a couple of months. What couple of months? In 2 months. Oh my God.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms to stay updated on our latest episodes. Until next time, take care. Assalamu alaikum.
Bye.
Bye.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.